Hi children and viewers. In previous video we discussed about how to balance a chemical equation, and in that chemical equation which are reactants, which are products, how many steps involved in a balancing a chemical equation. So children, here you have to notice that this is N. Vinay Kumar. My channel name is N. Vinay Kumar, Basics of Physics. So if you up to now you do not subscribe my channel, then go and subscribe my channel for latest updates. Hi children, in this video I am going to explain how we have to make chemical equations more informative. So here today's topic is what? Making of chemical equations. Making of chemical equations more informative. Making of chemical equations more informative. It's very important also here children. So after balancing the chemical equation, so we have to mention in that reactants and products which are in the state of solid, liquid, gases. So here we have some properties are there. By representing them, by notifying that, we have to make the chemical equation is more informative. The first thing is here some characteristics are there. The first character is we have to express physical state of reactants and products. And the second thing is here heat exchanges. And third one is here if there is any gas is evolved, so evolving of gas, so we have to mention that. And fourth one, mention of formation of precipitate. So here we have four characteristics are there, almost all four, to become or to identify the chemical equation very informative children. So the first thing is here physical state. So here we have one equation is there, Fe2O3 plus Al gives rise Fe plus Al2O3. Ferric oxide, iron oxide is reacts with the aluminum, then what we get? Iron and aluminum oxide. So it is not a balanced equation, now it is balanced equation. After balancing equation we have to mention that. So in this equation, tell me now here which are reactants and which are products. These two are the reactants and these two are the products. Clear? So we have to mention the physical state. So here now I am writing like this, S as the subscript, like here S. In this reaction, the reactants which are participated in a chemical reaction, they must be in form of the solid. That's why we are mentioning that is the S. The letter what we are mentioning as the subscript for the compound or molecular formula, that can identify the state of the compound or state of the here anything like reactant or anything, reactant or product. You are mentioning some subscript means that will represent the physical state of that compound or molecular formula, that compound only here. Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to FeAl2O3. In that equation, now it is the very clear equation. Fe2O3 in form of solid, that should be combined and react with the aluminum, then what do you get? Iron and aluminum oxide. So physical state means that characteristics must be identify the state of the compound, which are either it is in reactant side or product side. So physical state is nothing but here that should be identify the state of the physical state of the given compound. And next, heat exchanges. Heat exchanges. Tell me, is there any heat required to do the chemical reaction? Means yes. So in some chemical reactions heat is liberated, in some chemical reactions heat must be required to do the chemical reaction. So for example here, C plus O2 gives rise CO2. C plus O2 gives rise CO2. Here I am writing now C, it is the solid, and oxygen is the state of gas, that's why I am writing G, and now it is also G, gas. Don't forget, if you can identify the gas like G or upward arrow, if you can write G or upward arrow as the subscript for any compound, that must be here gas. Clear, children? That's why here C plus O2 gives rise CO2. In additional that we are writing some here plus Q. C plus O2 gives rise CO2 plus Q. Here means plus Q. On the product side we are mentioning that CO2 plus Q. Plus Q means that what? Along with the product some more heat is liberated. Clear? We are writing plus means here C plus O2 gives rise CO2 plus Q. For example here, in previous equation I am writing like this, delta. Here solid Fe2O3 is solid and aluminum also solid. So if we can combine them, we must give some heat. We have to supply some temperature. That's why here I am representing delta here. Clear, children? Here Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise delta. Here above the arrow mark I have mentioned delta. The delta means we have to supply the heat energy. So generally solid never mixed together in absence of heat energy. They must be mixed together, they must be react together in presence of heat only. That's why some heat energy is supplied there, then we are getting some these two. In this case now, heat exchanges. Heat exchanges means what? Either it is heat is liberated or heat should be absorbed. In this case now, C plus O2 gives rise CO2 plus Q. Q means in certain chemical reactions along with the products some more additional energy is liberated. That type of reactions are called exothermic reactions. Exothermic. Exothermic reaction means the chemical reactions in which heat is liberated along with the products. Then the type of reactions are called exothermic reactions. Clear, children? And now here we have another example is there. N2 plus O2 gives rise to NO minus Q. N2 plus O2 gives rise to NO. N2 means what? Nitrogen gas and oxygen gas, and this is also again gas, nitric oxide. So here again what, right? Minus Q here. Minus Q here plus Q. Plus Q means what? In additional to the product we are getting some more additional energy, heat energy. That's why it is exothermic reactions. So here some heat energy is required. Some heat energy is required to do the chemical reaction, that is called here endothermic reaction. What do you call? Endothermic reaction. So here now in this case this is the now endothermic. Don't forget children, exo and endo. Exo means what? Heat should be liberated. Endo means what? Heat should be absorbed. Clear children? So that's why here this is the heat exchanges. We are making the chemical equation more informative by mentioning that it is heat absorbed or heat evolved. That is the second one. And third one is evolving of gas. Evolving of gas. If there is any liberation of gas in products, how we can mention them? I already told you. What's that? We can mention the gas liberation should be here by upward arrow. By upward arrow. So for this also we have one example is there. I am writing now zinc plus Zn plus H2SO4. Zn plus H2SO4 gives rise ZnSO4 plus H2. Here H2 zinc is solid, H2SO4 means aqueous. So here this is also aqueous, and now it is the gas liberation. The gas liberation should be shown by the upward arrow. Upward arrow. Here zinc, what I mentioned here as solid, and H2SO4 aqueous. Aqueous means what? We have to prepare the solution. Aqueous means the solution must be having some liquid like water. Clear? That is at liquid state. Simply H2SO4 is now here. At aqueous means what? That should be like liquid. It is a solution. Aqueous, that should be having some water content. So here H2SO4 is aqueous. When solid, zinc should be reacts with the liquid of H2SO4, solution of H2SO4. Then what do you get? Again ZnS zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas should be liberated. So in this way, is there any gas is liberated in the products? That should be mentioned or identified with upward arrow mark. Clear children? And after that here, fourth one is what? How we can represent the when some, what I have to say, solid material should be precipitation. When precipitation is liberated, we can identify that the same thing in case of gas. What you have right? Upward arrow. When in case of the any precipitation, we have to mention that by downward arrow. So here we have one example is there now here. 2AgCl gives rise 2Ag plus Cl2. Wait, one more. We have okay. Now I'm writing here AgNO3. This is the best example. AgNO3 plus NaCl gives rise AgCl, and now here I'm writing here AgCl plus NaNO3, sodium nitrate. This is the best example for that. What is the thing here now? Formation of precipitation. Silver nitrate. When silver nitrate, it is in form of aqueous, and this also aqueous, and now this is also here precipitation downward, and now this is the aqueous. AQ. Aqueous means what here? We have to write AQ. When silver nitrate is reacts with the NaCl, what are you writing? Silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. So what we are getting here in form of the solid precipitated, solid is like a powder precipitation, that should be goes down to this in a solution. So here that is AgCl, precipitation should be formed, that should be mentioned in downward arrow. So this is about the fourth one. and some reactions are made in presence of sunlight. Sunlight also there. So here I am right now here 2AgCl. 2AgCl gives rise Ag plus Cl2. So we have to write just above the arrow, we have to mention that sunlight. So here it is again solid, solid, and this is now here gases. Here some chemical reactions are performed in presence of sunlight. They are called photochemical reactions. Photochemical reactions. So here now, to mention that, we have to write just above the arrow mark, we have to mention that sunlight. Sometimes also we have to mention in presence of temperature. If we have to mention some temperature, delta, it is example there, delta temperature. And next thing is, if you can doing the chemical reaction by applying some pressure, then also you have to mention some pressure. So in this case, in presence of sunlight, silver chloride is forming the chlorine gas. So this is the children information about the how we can make the chemical equations more informative. Once again I am going very briefly. Children, after balancing the chemical equations, if you are not mentioned like this in those reactants and products which are gas, which are solid, which are aqueous, if you are not mentioned that, it is not clear. So then we may lose some marks also in examination point of view. So that's why you have to mention the things, the compounds which are in the reactant side and product side which are liquids. We have to mention their physical state also, we have to mention. So that's why here to explain chemical balance equation more informative, we have to mention or we have to follow the 4 characteristics. They are, the first one is we have to mention the physical state of the reactants and products. So for that I gave one example here, Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to Fe plus Al2O3. In that equation we have to mention their state, physical state. All are here now solids. To do that, here reactants are solid. To do the chemical reaction we have to supply some heat energy. That's why their delta represents the heat energy what is supplied, temperature. Okay, next thing is here, second thing is what? Heat exchanges. We have to mention the role of the heat in that chemical equation. Based upon the heat exchanges, the chemical reactions should be divided into 2 types. The first thing is here exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means the reactions in which heat is liberated along with the products. That is called exothermic reaction. Example for that I gave here, C plus O2 gives rise CO2 plus Q. So in that here S is a solid, here carbon is solid, and gases, and here also gases. In addition to the carbon dioxide, S plus Q. And now here third one, endothermic reaction. What is meant by endothermic reaction? The heat energy is required to do the chemical reaction. That is the endothermic reaction. Heat required, heat absorbed by the reactants to produce the products. That is the endothermic reaction. Example for that, this one, N2 plus O2 gives rise to NO. And now third step is what? Third characteristic is what? We have to mention, is there any liberation of gas? Is there any liberation? It's not compulsory. If there is any gas is evolved, then only we have to mention some upward arrow symbol for the particular gas in product side. So example for that, Zn plus H2SO4 gives rise ZnSO4 plus H2. Here gas is evolved is what it is here, upward arrow. And now here I mentioned some aqueous. Aqueous is nothing but it is in form of the solution. The water content must be there. Okay, aqueous in like some solution. And next thing here, fourth characteristic is what? When if there is any precipitate is formed along with the products. Any precipitate is formed along with the products. We have to mention it by showing downward arrow. So here AgCl is the precipitate, that should be shown like here, downward arrow. And next thing is here, if the reaction is performed with help of temperature, with help of sunlight, with help of some pressure, with help of some electrolysis, and with the help of any catalyst. Catalyst means what? Which can increase the rate of reaction. Clear? If any catalyst we can use, if you can use the temperature, if you can use the some pressure and sunlight. Here catalyst, sunlight, pressure, temperature, and if you can go electrolysis also. If you can use that particular characteristics, you have to mention that above the arrow mark. So here 2 AgCl gives rise sunlight plus, gives in the presence of sunlight gives rise to Ag plus Cl2. So this is the children. So in this video I hope you all of you understand how we can make the equations more informative by mentioning by using the 4 characteristics. So children, we will meet in the next video with the finding the molecular mass of the products in a chemical reaction. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you. Bye.